YouTube, Facebook, Drone Days, what's going on? It's J-Drum. This is Syma X5C, and we have Noiposi 850 mAh LiPo batteries that we're going to test in this. My X5C may look a little bit different from yours. The only reason is I have my back, which has green lights, also with green blades. Kind of color coordinated, but also because I intend to take this up pretty high and I don't want to lose orientation. It is white, and a white quadcopter is the easiest thing to lose orientation with because you can get sun blind, it can reflect the sun very easily, be very bright, and again, lose orientation. Throttle up and down to get it binded, lightly up, not fast, otherwise you're going to have to catch it like that. Again, 850 mAh, Noiposi LiPo batteries. We're gonna take this for a walk. I'm just checking my camera there. If the camera's working, it'll be red. If it is on standby, it'll be green. If it's blinking green to red, your SD card is bad or you don't have an SD card in it. If there's no light whatsoever, you probably don't have the connection plugged in properly. Again, only difference between mine and yours is my blades. I have different colored blades on the rear to match the rear lights, and that way I stay orientated when I decide to go high up. And again, guys, 200 that'd be a low mAh. 850 mAh Noiposi LiPo battery, and the camera will be recording 90% of this flight. So if you're a recorder, you like to record, this is going to give you a general max flight time. I've done no weight reduction. Mine doesn't have propeller guards on when I'm outside. I don't fly with prop guards. This will give you a max flight time. Again, you can see the wind kicking around these trees here. I do have some wind. So if you're flying in no wind and you're not recording, you can probably add some time to your flight. I have wind and I am recording, so that is going to damper my max flight time. But I know a lot of guys like to constantly record, so that's why I'm doing it. Syma X5C, that's generally most everybody's starter quad. It wasn't my starter quad. Sky Viper 950 HD was, and the Striker from World Tech Toys was my second, which is almost identical to this. And you're gonna want to keep this in full screen here, just because of how high I'm taking it, and because there is small white patches of clouds in the sky, it gets lost. And when it that high, if I did not have those green blades on there, it'd be very easily lost as far as orientation goes. I would not be able to differentiate my orientation, and if it got too high, I would probably drive it the wrong way and have to go find it, which I don't want to do. Again, reason I got those green props matching the green lights on the bottom, because also you go up so high and it's daytime, you can't see the lights, but I can see those green propellers very easily. Average flight time for a drone, a quadcopter, a UAV this size is generally 6 to 7.5 to 8 minutes. I'm pushing about 6.5 minutes recording for an average flight time. Not recording, you're getting the upper end of the 8.5 minutes. I would like to break that. I think this came with a 650. I'm unsure though. Don't quote me on that. It's been a long time since I opened up the box and plugged the original battery in this. Again, this is an 850. So regardless if it was a 500, 550, 600, 650, this is still considerably larger than the stock battery would have been. There's a little bit of a car there. Be cautious if you're going to fly near a road. I'm really not anticipating staying here. I'm kind of walking back towards an area that I generally fly in, that there's generally no type of pedestrians, no buildings, just shrubs for me to lose my drones in, which I've only ever lost one in, and I'm still waiting till the end of October for the season to change to go try and find that. And again, you can see how high I have it. And right now I'm starting to bob my head because I'm starting to get into some iffy terrain here, so please bear with me. I do apologize for that. I just don't want to trip. I mean, if you get a close image of the ground from my head cam, that means I tripped, and I'd rather not do that. But again, you can see how high I have it. If if I didn't have those green propellers on, it'd be fairly difficult, especially with my head bobbing up and down, to keep orientation on this. You're probably sick of hearing me talk about orientation, so I won't do that anymore. Facebook, if you're on Facebook and you're not on drone days and you like drones, you like quadcopters, you like UAVs, anything flying, go over to drone days. Click join. I'll accept you. We have a great group of guys over there, and women. I have guys and women in there, but in general, we have a great group of people in the group as far as skill levels, as far as drones. We got micros all the way up into the DJI Phantoms, to the Unix, to your higher drones that have freaking boards and CPUs in them. Got everything there, and we don't lean towards one thing, we don't lean towards another. You're not going to get bashed for loving micros, and you're not going to get bashed for being in the group where a lot of people are playing with toy grade and you're messing around with a DJI. It's for drone lovers, it's for UAV lovers, it's for I like to fly lovers. I mean, if you got an airplane, RC airplane, I'm not going to knock you for posting in it. It is more orientated towards your quadcopters, your hexacopters, but again, it's for people who like to fly, people who like to conquer the air. As a child, if you had a toy airplane, minus the wooden ones that you could get to be gliders, but if you had like a toy Matchbox airplane, if you had a larger metal die-cast airplane, grabbing it and running around your house going was about the extent of the air that you could conquer. I think that's why I love this. And right now I'm just turning the camera off and then turning it back on to make sure I got stuff recorded. Some of these cameras, when you get low battery and you shut it down, you lose, and it shuts itself down, you lose your video. So I always make sure to stop and start constantly. That way I make sure I get something. But again, the die-cast airplane running around the house making the noise, that was the extent of it as a child. This is ridiculous. The fact that I can fly with birds, I can conquer 600, 700 feet in altitude with toy grade quadcopter, take video, get the stills, post it, share it, it blows my mind. That's why I'm in this. That's why I'm in this hobby. I was never really got into the whole RC toy car thing. I have a couple right now that I was sent to test and whatnot, and I like them. They're pretty cool. Getting them airborne is even cooler, doing jumps and whatnot. But to be able to just take off, hover, pitch forward, blast off, pitch backwards, come back to you, 360 rotation, that's what this is all about. I love it. I don't know. We're flying this. You can see the X5C is a good flyer. Generally everybody knows it's a good flyer. Main reason for doing this flight though is not really to be doing a review on the X5C, although it is a good review on it because I have yet to crash and I'm flying it pretty well here in wind, but to do a test on these 850 mAh batteries from Noiposi. Right now we're pushing 8.5 minutes, give or take half a minute for setup time. We're around average right now. And we're above the top of the line of average because I've been recording the entire time, and you factor into an aggressive flight, we're doing better than average. This sees 9 to 10 minutes, definitely an upgraded battery, definitely something you may want to consider picking up. If you do, the link will be at the bottom. Click on it. It's Amazon, trusted site. If you have Prime, it'll get to you pretty quickly. Definitely awesome to have extra batteries. When I first started flying, I had one battery for the Sky Viper, I had one battery for the Striker. So in total, I had about 7.5 minutes on each of them, about half an hour, 15-minute flight time. And once I finally got the hang of it and orientating it and flying almost at 360 degrees, up, down, left, right, back, forward, pitching, etc., I get kind of disappointed because it was winter. I mean, I get all bundled up, go out to fly, and then not have no more battery power and got to come in and charge it for like 45 minutes to an hour and a half. not my bag of tea. So extra batteries is definitely what it is if you are getting into this hobby, if you're learning to fly. Love it. Right now we are pushing 10-minute mark. So we'll say we're at 9.5 minutes. Definitely a good extra battery. Definitely something you may want to consider picking up. And again, you could pick stuff up off of other sites, Chinese sites, eBay. Amazon is the surefire for me. If it's Prime, you're going to get it quick. You know what you're going to get it. They're going to guarantee you. And we are down. I'm J-Drone. If you haven't subscribed, please do.